welcome, thanks for joining. So we are in the beautiful seaside village of Robin Hood's Bay again, and just sort of taking it really slowly today, just to try and see if we can catch something nice when the sun starts coming down. So we've got completely clear skies, got some mist sort of rolling over the cliffs to the south of the bay, but yeah, not many people here. Absolutely fantastic day. So when I decided to come out this morning, I didn't have an absolute clue where I was going to go. So I just jumped on the bus and I arrived at Whitby, and then I thought maybe I would go north and I would head over towards sort of Staves Way, maybe Saltburn, but by the time I'd got there I'd missed the bus. So the bus that arrived pretty much at the same time as I did was the X93 to Scarborough. So we jumped on that and then we sort of headed this way. So as you can see, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on. I'm going to go and have a little wander around, see if I can find a composition. I'd quite like to get the drone up as well and see if I can get some really nice shots of sort of the water's edge on the rock areas. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy.
Take a train ride just to see you, ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone. Run away from home, why don't you? 'Cause I did the same just for you. You don't know how much I love you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone. I don't wanna stay with you just to have to leave. If it isn't meant to be.
Yeah, so I've had quite an interesting evening really. Last night I headed over to Amazon and I sort of applied for the affiliate program. I'm just trying to sort of make this more of a sustainable sort of hobby really. And anyway, I've applied for that, and they've come back and they've granted me a what's called an influencer account. So it basically means that I can put a shop on on Amazon, and I'll be able to share sort of the equipment that I use with what I do from day to day, and then get sort of a small commission if anyone decided that they wanted to buy any of the products basically. It's not something that I'm really interested in, but I just thought it'd be a really good idea to sort of start thinking about how I can turn this little hobby that I've got into something a little bit more constant and mainstream. So yeah, I'm quite excited. Yeah, so what will happen is basically on each video I'm going to start putting a little description of the equipment that I use, and then links as to where you can find the products basically. So this is sort of my notification really, of letting you guys know that now I'm affiliated with Amazon. I'll only ever sort of share products that I have personally tried, I have personally used, that I love and know as to be a product that will benefit you guys basically. So yeah, I just wanted to get that one out of the way really. But yeah, so we've got sort of a fantastic day ahead. I'm just sort of trying to pick off some compositions, because the last time I was here I was I ended up getting sort of sidetracked and spent most of the time in the pub sort of picking off compositions. You'll be pleased to know that I've already done that, and I've got that one out of the way. So we stopped and had a pint there. So what I'll do is I'll pop them photos on now of what I got from up there, because it's actually a really good vantage point. That's the main problem with well, I say problem, that's the main sort of problem that we've got, not being attracted to that pub. But I've got it out of the way now, so we can concentrate mainly on the photography. So yeah, I'll pop them on now. Yeah, so the last few videos have been quite interesting really. I've sort of been spending a bit of time in Whitby, and just I find that when you mix it up a bit with your photography, it sort of reignites your sort of passion. I mean, my main love, and it always will be landscape photography, and so I try to get out and I try to do a bit of sort of street photography, architecture, anything like that. So the last few videos have just been somewhat different, just to try it out really. But today is all about nice and slow and relaxed. It's the enjoyment of the elements, and it's just fantastic. So I'm just currently quite far out on the beach, and the water's sort of coming in around me. It's just a bizarre way that the tide wanders in, so it finds all the little crevices and cracks and seeps in before the waves can come in and really finish off. I mean, I was just literally stood here and it wasn't water 30 seconds ago, and that's filled up pretty quickly. I mean, it's all good and well me spending the video talking, but I must find something. Just so relaxed, and I don't know, it's just, this is why I did the street photography. It's all sort of really fast paced and high octane, and it's completely the opposite of what I'm used to with photography. I've not even taken any photos really, and I'm just back to where I'm meant to be, and it's with just the quiet and peace and the yeah, and what better place to do it than Robin Hood's Bay. So it's a really fascinating situation at this bay. So if I just sort of zoom in there, I'm just sort of watching the tide coming in before the tide comes in, if that makes any sense at all. And it just is sort of creeping this way. I mean, I do have an exit which is this way, which is pretty good, but it's just the way that the water's just sort of wandering in. It's a creeper, and it's I imagine many people have been caught out and stuck in this little area that I'm stood now, because it's just sort of a majestic situation where you can just stand and just watch it and lose yourself in this little spot. So yeah, it's fantastic. But I am not going to get caught out again like I did in the last time I was here. So I'm going to take a little wander in. So we've got some really nice patterns on the ground that have really sort of interested me, of the sand. Just think these will be quite nice if I can make this area a bit more dominant. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna have a little wander around and see what I can find. Yeah, so I've been wandering around now for about sort of half an hour, and that it's just not happening in terms of ground shot images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the drone up and see if I can find something with that, because I guarantee there'll be a photo there. So she's bloody cold. I've had the drone up anyway. I think I maybe got a couple of nice shots, definitely got some nice B-roll, so that's always a pleasure to share with you. The sky's not doing anything, the weather's just not quite where it needs to be, so it's the perfect excuse, if I'm completely honest, to go and grab a quick pint, and I'm going to wait for the sun to drop a little bit and then see what happens, basically. But the tide's coming in as well, which always presents itself quite nicely. I would go around the village and do a bit of street photography, but I've spent the last 3 videos doing that, and I just want it to be a bit more relaxed today. So I'm gonna get myself over to the Bay Hotel. I'm gonna position myself quite nicely on that beer garden, and then just see what the weather does. Failing that, if we don't get anywhere today, I'll just come back tomorrow and we have an early one and we try and get some shots then. But either way, it's absolutely fantastic and it's absolutely gorgeous, and just the perfect way to sort of relax and sort of tune down, if it was, because I always find that my photography's a little bit affected when I start doing sort of street photography and sort of fast flowing sort of stuff. I mean, I've been asked a few times to do sort of like weddings and events and stuff like that, and I just say no because I just don't enjoy it. I just don't enjoy it at all. This is. I mean, it's a therapy for me, is photography, and God forbid if I ever fell out with the craft. So right, pub. Let's wait for the weather to do something. So it's pretty much how it goes with me. I decide that I'm gonna give up for a little bit, and then I find a shot, and I've found a few shots here. Just absolutely fantastic. So what I've done is I've used this little rock here to anchor the image in, and then we've just sort of used the sort of a leading line effect that's coming off these rocks here because of the way that the tide comes in and out, and it just sort of runs you into the image. So I've just grabbed a couple of handheld shots here. Absolutely fantastic. I don't really need to do any long exposures here, I don't think. I think the way that the water's the movement of the water's absolutely perfect. So I'll pop them on the screen now for you. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so what I've done with them images is obviously, because the sky, it's just, as you can see, it's completely blue. So what I've done is I've decided against using the sky and emphasising more on foreground and the elements below rather than the top, and then dropping the camera down to cut out the sky, and then just concentrating on the scene that's below rather than above. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I think it would make a really nice long exposure shot, but at the same time there's just some really nice textures within this water, and I've decided against the long exposure, and I've decided to go for sort of implementing some of this within it. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And another image that I've gone for as well is so I've cut out the edge of the cliff, and then we've gone for this sort of area here, just dead simple really. And what we've got here is we've got sort of leading, so the way that these have been affected by the sea, it's created these leading lines within this image, and it sort of draws you in. Because eventually what you want to do is you want the viewer's eye to be looking towards the back of the image. With it being sort of a wider angle, it's not as dominant, so you must lead the viewer towards the back, and then it just makes such an easier thing to sort of view. And the easier it is on the eye, the better it looks. And this rock here is being a really dominant feature in the foreground, and it's really anchored in the image, which offers such balance to that. And then if I'm lucky, I'm not quite sure, but I think we maybe got a couple of people in on the side, and what that does is it just helps to add scale, and it just sort of lets the viewer know exactly how big the landscape is in the area. So we've had a bad moment there. So basically I picked my bag up and slung it over my shoulder, and my bag won't close, and all my lenses and my drone all landed in the water. So fucking perfect. But what can you do? Hopefully they'll be alright. But yeah, so in the spirit of fear of getting anything else out after that absolute catastrophe, I've managed to get quite a nice shot here. So what we did is we've again sort of concentrated on the ground rather than the sky, because there's nothing to be seen in the sky, and then we've used these two leading lines here to draw us in to the back of the image, and then that's the back of the image. So I'll pop them on the screen now. Yeah, fantastic. Hello. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year and all that jazz. So we've lost access to the beach. So my plan really is just to have 10 minutes here. The view doesn't look really great now the tide's come in. So I'm going to stick the GoPro to my body. I'm going to go get some shots around the village on the way out, I reckon. I'm going to sort of head up towards the top of the village, see what I can see up there. But in the meantime, cheers.